Bitcoin is coming all the way back down to the $64,000. I'm seeing a lot of interesting formations for Bitcoin happening at the moment, and I will discuss them with you in this video. I will have a look on several time frames, and there is a lot of news to talk about for Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. I will also talk about the two altcoins Vechain and Solana with you, but later about that in this video. So watch this video all the way to the end to be updated about the markets and what will come next for Bitcoin in the coming days. Give this video a like and let's dive right into the charts. Yesterday in my video I talked about this rising wedge for Bitcoin, and we saw multiple touchpoints on the top side as resistance and also multiple touchpoints on the downside as support, and we broke down from this pattern. And as I was saying yesterday in my video, this rising wedge is a typical bearish bias pattern because this rising wedge has more chances to break out to the downside. And as we can see, we broke down, and now I'm expecting that we're going to see a little bit of a retest from this previous support to turn it into resistance and then maybe come further back down. This is a possible scenario. But if we have a look on the daily time frame, we can see Bitcoin is just at another critical horizontal support level. And also on my Twitter channel and in my latest videos, I've been talking about this big support level for Bitcoin at around the $64,000. We broke the horizontal support to the downside, and as I was saying, my first big target was the $64,000, and that's exactly what we're now reaching for. So I expect that maybe we can see a bounce from this level, and eventually we want to see that Bitcoin is coming back to these resistance areas, maybe force a break to the top side and continue the uptrend to the top side. That will be a very interesting days for Bitcoin. So for now we have to be a little bit more patient that this support is going to hold, and we will see that in the coming days. So this would also be a very interesting trade for Bitcoin to make, because we are still in this uptrend. We are retesting previous resistance as support, and then we can maybe continue the uptrend to the top side. So I think you should take advantage of every dip in an uptrend, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. And yesterday the Bitcoin ETFs had an inflow again of $44.5 million, so that is good to see. BlackRock bought for $66 million and Grayscale sold for $26 million. So yeah, they are still accumulating heavily. And with that I mean BlackRock, of course. And it's good to see a positive day of inflows again after one day of negative outflow. So yeah, this is looking good for the Bitcoin ETFs. And the EthereumETF had a little bit of a rough day actually. The second day they saw an outflow of $133 million. And this is all because Grayscale is selling their Ethereum on the market. And they hold a lot of Ethereum, and yeah, they're still offloading them. So I expect that Ethereum maybe can come down back a little bit more. And this is the reason why I put some buy limit orders. But if you want to know my buy limit orders for Ethereum, just watch this video of yesterday. And there I discussed all my entries for Ethereum. And if we have a look on the 4-hour time frame, we can see Bitcoin was in this huge downtrend, but now we are creating a more of an uptrend, and that is exactly what we wanted to see. And yeah, we can see a beautiful uptrend with a little bit of a retest, and the first big resistance was broken, and that was around this level. As we can see here, we can see multiple touch points happening for Bitcoin, so this was a crucial level. And eventually we broke it to the top side. We are now retesting it as support. So eventually this is a very healthy retest if you ask me. And I expect a bounce from this level, and maybe we can see more topside for Bitcoin in the coming hours and days. So this will be having a very positive effect for the Bitcoin market. And of course the big resistance on the top side will be around the 72,000. And if we have a look on the daily time frame, we can see this is exactly what is going on for Bitcoin. Because we saw a breakout of this huge triangle to the top side, we saw a bullish break, and now we are retesting this last resistance level into support, and from here I expect a bounce to this to the top side and continue the bullish momentum to the top side, and this $72,000 will be the last resistance for Bitcoin before we can reach a new all-time high. So let's see if Bitcoin can create more bullish price action and eventually maybe reach this $72,000. And today the Bitcoin conference in Nashville is going to start. Robert F. Kennedy and Donald Trump are going to speak here about Bitcoin, so this is very interesting to see. Kamala Harris yesterday said she wouldn't appear on this event, so that's bad for her, and she's losing their presidency if you ask me. So everyone who is into crypto will vote for Trump, of course, instead of Kamala Harris. It's good to see that the USA is going to have a pro-Bitcoin government, and that is exactly what we wanted to see for 2024. So let's see if this conference is going to have a bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin, and that we can maybe see more bullish price action for Bitcoin in the coming days. This event will happen all the way over the weekend. So yeah, this could also have a very interesting effect on the weekends. And I want to show you a very interesting chart I've been looking at on the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. We can see every time a beautiful downtrend after a new all-time high was getting made in the bull cycles. We saw a bull cycle here, a bull cycle here, and we saw of course a bull cycle 3 years ago. And every time we saw a huge downtrend happening for Bitcoin, and eventually we broke it to the top side. And yeah, we already broke it to the top side, and we are now retesting this previous all-time high actually. So I expect that we're going to see a similar move like happened here. We saw here that the previous all-time high was getting retested, and we also saw that here that the previous all-time high was getting retested. We saw a little bit of a price action happening here, and that's exactly what we are experiencing right now. So I expect that we eventually will see an exponential move for Bitcoin, just like we saw here. We saw here an exponential move, another one, and I expect that we're going to see another one right here. And in the end, it doesn't matter for me what prices we are going to see, but I think we're going to see that exponential move to the top side. And that's why you need to prepare for this move. And if I look at this chart, I'm only seeing an up-only chart, and that is exactly why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin on the long term. 3 days ago I was talking about Vechain, and that we saw a huge breakout of this falling wedge formation, and I expected that Vechain would come back down and retest the previous resistance as support. And yeah, look what we did. We are now retesting this previous resistance as support, so everything is working out like I'm expected. And I'm waiting for this retest to happen, and that could be an interesting entry for a long trade, of course, because this previous resistance is getting turned into support, and that's exactly what we want to see. And from there we can aim for higher targets after we see a bounce from this level. So this is looking very healthy for Vechain on the higher time frame. And the breakout target for Vechain will be the top set of the formation, and that will be around the 5 cents. Yeah, we still have a long way to go, but from the point of retest, this could possibly be a very interesting gain of 86%. So yeah, this could be a very interesting trade to make for Vechain. So let me know in the comments if you trade these kind of breakouts, and especially if you want to trade this kind of breakout for Vechain. And you can also let me know if you want to see more of these kind of entries. So I will share them with you. I've also been talking about Solana a lot on my Twitter and also on my YouTube videos. Solana was breaking bullish, and as I was saying, I expect a retest of the previous resistance to turn it into support, and then we can see a continuation of the bullish uptrend. We broke out of this huge formation, we broke it to the top side, and now we are retesting previous resistance as support. So this could also be a very interesting entry to make for Solana. And let's see if we can see a bounce for Solana and create more upside momentum. And the top side of the formation will be the breakout target, which will be around the $206. So this still could be a very interesting trade to make. And from the point of breakout, you could make a 22%. So that's a very good trade if you want to make it, especially when you're leverage trading it. And yeah, also let me know if you're trading Solana, and you can trade it on the point of breakout and after the retest. But this is looking very good for Solana. After we broke this resistance, we are now turning it into support. And yeah, we can maybe see more upside from momentum after a bounce of this resistance level. So I hope you find this video useful. Give this video a like, follow me on my socials, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.